In a world where diplomacy often walks a tightrope, India's recent stance on the Iranian airstrikes in Pakistan's Balochistan province sparks a new conversation. This is a tale of international relations, where the unexpected can be the norm. Iran, in a decisive move, conducted airstrikes on alleged terror camps nestled in Pakistan's tumultuous Balochistan province. And India? India threw its weight behind Iran, citing these actions as an act of self-defense. But let's take a step back. The timing of these airstrikes is rather intriguing. They came hot on the heels of a diplomatic visit by India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar to Iran. Coincidence? Perhaps, but it certainly adds another layer to this geopolitical puzzle. India's support for Iran's actions, despite escalating tensions in West Asia, is a testament to its unwavering stand against terrorism. It's a bold move, a clear message echoing across borders. India's zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism is non-negotiable. As the dust settles on the immediate aftermath of the airstrikes, India's stance offers a window into its zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism. The geopolitical landscape is never static, and the Iranian airstrikes have sent waves through the region. The ripples of these actions have been felt most strongly in Pakistan and Iraq, both of whom have voiced their strong opposition to the strikes. In a statement, Pakistan announced the recall of its ambassador from Tehran, a move that marks a significant cooling of relations between the two nations. This diplomatic fallout didn't stop at the recall of the ambassador. High-level visits, once a sign of camaraderie and cooperation, were promptly cancelled by Pakistan, an act that further deepens the chasm opening between the two nations. However, amidst the turbulence, a meeting took place that paints a more nuanced picture. Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister found himself face-to-face with Iran's foreign minister at the Davos Forum. In this meeting, Iran's stance was made clear. The strikes were targeted solely at terrorists. The tension in the region underscores the complexity of the situation and the delicate balance of power. In the midst of the controversy, India's support for Iran's actions signals a willingness to back Iran despite the escalating tensions in West Asia. A key driver behind this stance is India's zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism. This policy is not merely words on paper, it is a living, breathing doctrine that influences India's actions on the international stage. In the wake of Iran's strikes on alleged terror camps in Pakistan's Balochistan province, India has stood by Iran, categorizing the action as an act of self-defense. This is a clear demonstration of India's zero-tolerance policy in action, showing that it supports nations that take decisive measures against terrorism. But there's more to the story than just strong anti-terrorism sentiments. We also see increased diplomatic engagement between India and Iran external affairs. Minister S. Jaishankar's recent visit to Iran wasn't just a friendly gesture, it was an indicator of India's willingness to strengthen ties with Iran. Even amidst regional tensions, India's stance, though on a tightrope, reflects its commitment to combating terrorism and its approach to diplomatic engagement. The Iranian airstrikes and the subsequent reactions have stirred the geopolitical pot, bringing to the fore India's stance and strategy. Let's take a quick recap. Iran's daring airstrikes on alleged terror camps in Pakistan's Balochistan province have certainly caused a ripple effect. India, in a surprising move, backed Iran's actions, calling it an act of self-defense, clearly indicating its zero-tolerance policy towards terrorism. This support from India came amid increased diplomatic engagement between the two nations, further underscoring their strengthening relations. The reactions, however, have been polarized. Pakistan and Iraq expressed strong disapproval, with Pakistan even recalling its ambassador from Tehran and cancelling high-level visits. Yet, amidst this turmoil, Pakistan's caretaker Prime Minister met with Iran's foreign minister at the Davos Forum, where the latter insisted that the strikes only targeted terrorists. As the world continues to react, India's stance and strategy in this situation will undoubtedly continue to shape the geopolitical landscape.